Hello everyone, hello everybody, this is Warlord 12, and I need to start off by saying this about PlayStation Plus. PlayStation, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm boycotting your PlayStation Plus subscription. I don't care that you have a bunch of different movies lined up for your subscription. See, here's the thing. People will say, like, some people might say that's a fair deal, and I know that's not a fair deal. It's not even just about, oh, because you brought in a movie that, oh, it just makes it a fair deal. It's just the price increase. It's just not just a price increase, but even from my older videos that I've talked about, your company, PlayStation, your subscription isn't even worth it. It just isn't. Like, your products are garbage. You know what I'm saying? Your products are trash. And then it's just like on top of all that, you're trying to get us to pay for the subscription to basically to sway people to pay for however much you got to pay for it. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. I need to say this about your subscription, PlayStation. See, you're trying to charge $159 per year, then you're trying to charge $80 for just the regular PlayStation Plus. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, PlayStation. You wanna keep playing games with your customers and playing games with people? I'm not paying for your subscription. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and let you pay for your own mistakes. Because I'm not paying for your mistakes, PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us gamers have told you time and time again what the problem is with your subscription services and even your products in the first place. But you don't want to listen. You want to keep playing games with people. You want to go up on the prices for no reason whatsoever. And by the way, there's no excuses. So if there's any significant excuses you're going to try and use, there are none. There never was in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to some of the other excuses, later on. But this is something that I definitely need to talk about and touch upon right now. Because PlayStation, you're getting way out of hand. You're getting ridiculous. I don't know who's in charge, but it needs to stop. Yeah, supposedly there's supposed to be some new person that's going to be in charge. But even then, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's in charge or not. You know what I'm saying? The prices shouldn't even be like that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I know people want to use excuses like, oh, get a job. Yes, there's a lot of us who already have a job. You know what I'm saying? There's already a lot of us who are working 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Look, a lot of us, we're tired of getting ripped off by PlayStation. That's the bottom line. And we're not putting up with it anymore. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation, want to keep on playing with the gamers? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to boycott your PlayStation Plus subscription. Because I'm not playing with you. I'm not doing this anymore. Here's the best way to put it about what you're doing, PlayStation, why people are tired of it. Just like in a relationship, right? Or, you know what I'm saying, when a man gets sick and tired of playing games with their significant other, or or a man who's a Sigma male gets sick and tired of being led on and playing the other person that's in a relationship playing games with them, you know what the man does? The man instantly just drops everything, stops, and leaves the relationship. They say to themselves, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done with this. And that's just like with your subscription with me. I'm done with your subscription. Now, when your subscription's on $50, for instance, maybe if your subscription goes on sale for $50, oh, okay, I could pay for that. You know what I'm saying? But for the prices right now, I'm not paying for that garbage. And you know what? That's why people go to PC gaming, because it's free online. You've already got to pay $180 for internet in the first place, or $200. Now you're trying to stack on another price, that's almost $400. You do get what I'm saying, right? So why would anyone want to pay extra? So a lot of people are like me, they're just going to buy a PlayStation 5 or buy whatever console and then just be like, yeah, I'm not paying for a subscription. I'll just use my internet, download my games, play my games, whatever, even if I don't get to play online. You know what I'm saying? Look, we're in the day and age now where we're not falling for your tricks anymore, PlayStation. Your greedy tactics and your greedy tricks, they need to stop. You know what I'm saying? And it stops today. It ends today. Because I'm not putting up with it anymore. A lot of us, we're not having it anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's been thinking about doing this to the customers, but it's not working anymore. It's not gonna work anymore, man. No, what I want to talk about, like all these prices and stuff, why a lot of us are sick and tired of it, and why we're just fed up and don't want PlayStation. So here's the thing, right? So first, you want PlayStation, you want to charge us, $150 for your premium subscription. I say that with an emphasis on it. I'm saying, quote unquote. And then you want to charge $80 for just a regular subscription. Now, here's the thing for why I need to talk about this, right? So you're charging all that money for that. And then on top of that, for your PlayStation 5 controllers, right? Oh, it's $80. But it's not just the price. It's the fact that you know that your product is a faulty product in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You know that the PlayStation 5 controller is going to get stick drift within 5 to 8 months. And then all the extra stuff like the dual senses for the controller is going to break within 5 to 8 months or a year, right? And you're trying to sell that controller for $80. That controller should have been $40 or at least $50. That's a fair deal because you already know the problems with your controller. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been losing money because of stuff like that. And PlayStation, I'm going to let you know right now, all the stuff that I'm talking about, it's why you've been losing money. But like I said, you don't want to listen. But that's okay. You don't want to listen. There's an old saying that money talks. And that money's going to keep talking to you, telling you, hey, you're losing money. And you know exactly why you're losing money. And I can't wait until the money starts talking to you. Because you're going to know exactly what the problem is. Like I said, I want to make sure that you know why I have my voice or my octaves, high enough where you can hear me. Because I want to make sure that, you have no excuses. I want to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear. So you know exactly what the problem is. I want to make sure of that for you and anyone else who's listening. And we want to talk about all these dumb excuses, like, for instance, then there's the new PlayStation 5 Pro, right? That's going to come out, or whatever it's going to be called, right? But I said it's only going to give you 2 terabytes of space. 2 terabytes isn't enough to carry, 5 or 10 PS5 games, is it? And it really isn't. You know what I'm saying? And PlayStation, I know how you want to use excuses like, we can only, there's a shortage of, the memory for, the PlayStation 5 or the console. No, there's no shortage. What I'm saying is PlayStation, they could have been put an internal storage on your PlayStation 5s. What I'm saying is PlayStation could have given you a 5 terabyte to 8 terabyte for the internal storage. There is no shortage. PlayStation, you're being cheap. I want to make sure I say this so you have no excuses in the future. So when the PlayStation 6 comes out, it better have an 8 terabyte to 9 terabyte. You know what I'm saying? Because how are you gonna download any games? Because all these games, they take up too much space. They take up 100, gigabytes, or what I'm saying. You try to you can barely even put 3 or 4 PS5 games on your console. So if you want it I would say at least maybe you should already have PlayStation. You should have been given people the ability to already have, or at their disposal to be able to to at least download at least 20 to 30 games. That's fair. So basically around not what I'm saying, the 9 gigabyte or 10 gigs, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Or what I'm saying is 9 terabytes, basically. 9 terabytes or 10 terabytes. Something around there that allows you to download 20 to 30 video games for the PS5 games. That's fair. You should have already had that. Not just for the PS5. You should already have this planned out and in mind for the PlayStation 6. There is no excuses anymore. Whatever excuses you had, there's no more. Now, here's another thing I need to talk about is while we're fed up and tired of you, PlayStation, it's just with, let's say, for our arcade sticks, you can only have a wired connection, right? Why can't you just have it both where it's wired and it can be Bluetooth? Same thing with headphones. And people want to use excuses don't be surprised about how PlayStation with the new, how should I say, don't be surprised by what PlayStation does with the PlayStation Portal for how You have to have it connected because, because of latency. People want to use these lame excuses. And I'm like, it doesn't matter about latency. Sometimes people don't want to use a cord. Not only that, it's just like, why am I using like a flash drive device to connect my headphones to a PlayStation 5? You know what I'm saying? PlayStation, you want to brag so much about your console and your commercials, talking about it only does everything. So why do I gotta use all these ridiculous plugs just to use a device of yours? You know what I'm saying? I should be able to use a headset for the PS5 wirelessly, Bluetooth. I should be able to use either or. Same thing with, some other third-party controllers or what have you. I shouldn't have, all that stuff should already be Bluetooth. And then you do make it on purpose where people can't use other devices on your console, which is foolish and stupid in the first place. You know what I'm saying? People should already have the choice to use whatever headphones they want to use. I'm saying, I'm going to tell you like this because some of your products are garbage, PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going to tell you like it is, that a lot of your products are garbage. And then, like I said, then you want to charge us $200 for what? The new PlayStation 5 Edge controller? For what? You know what I'm saying? All that extra stuff that you could have already so a lot of stuff, the main things you could have just put in the PlayStation 5 controller in the first place. But nah, you don't want to do that. You want to overcharge people $200. So then it's like $400 if you buy two of those controllers, right? For two-player? You do get what I'm saying, right? But like I said, this is what I'm talking about for a lot of us customers, our consumers. We're getting sick and tired of it. People want us to use excuses about the PlayStation Portal is doing so well. And I'm like, yeah, I wonder why. The only reason why PlayStation Portal is doing somewhat good, and I only say somewhat because that might not last. What I'm saying is, it's just consumerism. People aren't buying the PlayStation Portal because they actually really want it. Some people probably don't even know what it's all about. They're just buying it because they gotta have it, right? Now, the PlayStation Portal, like I said, why the customers are getting sick and tired of your stuff, PlayStation, is because, like with the PlayStation Portal, you can't download any games. You can only stream. Like, what? Who does that? Who makes a device that can only stream? You know what I'm saying? I want to play my video games anywhere I want to. I want to play my new Final Fantasy game. What was it? That new Final Fantasy game, that has Sephiroth in it. New one that's about him in it. But I'm saying, Ever Crisis or whatever the Final Fantasy game is called, right? That's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? We want to play our games on the go wherever we want to, like the Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? Like how people can play Zelda anytime they want to, anywhere they want to. But you can't do that with the PlayStation Portal. You know what I'm saying? I want to say this. The PlayStation Portal is a bootleg of the PSP. I'm going to tell you like it is because we've had enough of it. We're not doing this anymore with you, PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? All sales are final. I have to tell you like this. I really don't get why your company does this stuff. But you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people who out there that say touch grass, go outside. I already do that. And here's the thing. You want to talk about real life, right? You want to talk about, because you're being a nerd or whatever it is because you're just playing video games. There's a lot of other things that I do in my life, but I'm not about to tell people what I do because that's my business. May say a few things, but other than that, so when we talk about touching grass, right? So I'm going to tell you this for the people that want to say stuff like that. So instead of me wasting my money on PlayStation Plus subscription, you know what I'm going to spend my money on? I'm going to go ahead. I think I'll go ahead, PlayStation, and invest my money, that $150 or that $80. I think I'll go ahead and invest it into my own guitar that I actually own. You know what I'm saying? I have to say it like this to tell you what the problem is here. But like I said, people that want to touch grass, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? A guitar has to do with real life. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can fall back on. What I'm saying is, instead of wasting my money on PlayStation, I'll go spend my money on some other things that are in real life. You do get what I'm saying, right, PlayStation? You know what I'm saying? Probably a few other things I want to talk about what the problem with your company is already. I think I touched upon it a good amount. I don't think there's anything else that I left out, except for I talked about the Portal. I talked about your, PS5 Pro. It's just, a bunch of nonsense going on, man. And like I said, then you have the nerve on your PlayStation Plus subscription to talk about, oh, well, we'll give you 100 gigabytes free. What's 100 gigabytes going to do for me? You can barely put enough games on in there in the first place. If you only got like 2 terabytes, like what's that supposed to do? Like my PlayStation 5 will look at those gigabytes and laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? You do get what I'm saying, right? Like this stuff is just so redundant. It's just like before buying a PS5, you might as well get your money ready to go and buy like 9 terabyte and then get your PS5 because otherwise the PS5 is not worth it. What I'm saying is, the average people who buy a PS5, they're not gonna sit there and be like, oh well, I gotta go buy this 9 terabyte, or I gotta go buy this part for the PS5, and I gotta go buy this, and I gotta go buy that to have the PS5 be completed or whatever, or to have your essentials for the PS5 to get your full experience. Average people, they're not gonna do that, and that's one of the main reasons why you're also losing money. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things you should have just gave people in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You wonder why you're losing money. This is why you're going to continue to keep losing money, because you want to keep being greedy. Because you want to keep acting like it's everyone else's fault but yours. Because you don't want to look in the mirror and face yourself and see for yourself that you're the problem. When you wake up and see that you're the problem, you understand what's really going on. I have to say this, because enough is enough, man. It really is. And people are starting to wake up and they're not putting up with it either. PlayStation, I really hope you learned a lesson, man. I really do hope you learned a lesson. This is Warlord 12 and I'm out.